Hey everyone, today I decided that I will share some of the steps and processes that I've been going through in terms of capital raise for a startup, and hope that it will help someone who is considering or about to start this particular journey. One of the things that I want to talk about today is the idea of just knowing your core value, right? Your mission, the vision that you have for your company as it relates to as you interact with investors, because as they say, the capital or the money has a voice, and it can easily maybe steer you in a direction that maybe you were not intended to go. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting feedback. This is part of the learning process that you have to go through, is that you'll get feedback and then make adjustment as needed. But real quick, I'll share an example with you, which is that I had shared some insight in terms of that I do have call it a social or community aspect to my business plan, in the sense that how to acquire customers and certainly be getting the support from those customers. But once I mentioned that in a particular discussion, there was such a focus on social impact. It kind of went down that road, and maybe it's the current environment we're in regarding DEI and all the other maybe pushback on social involvement by a corporation. But in my particular case, and probably in yours as well, is that it's essential to have a community support, right? That they're involved in what you're doing, and part of that is it's 360, right? You give some and you benefit from that community, but you're not just taking, as we are most normally what we normally see, which is basically an extraction with very little give back. And so in my business plan, there's a part to say, well, I'm going to give back something. And so through the discussion off that maybe it wasn't for them, which is fine. But, it's important that you remember that, because sometimes you'll come in there and maybe the idea of the capital is so important that you think maybe you have to give up on your core belief on what it is you're trying to do, and maybe you end up somewhere else. So just real quick, keep that in mind as you go about your business plan development, your capital raise, that you may come in a situation where you may get pushed back on that. So for me, the learning point was that, maybe how I steer that conversation, maybe reserve that for the later point in time. It came up unplanned, but I ended up going down a particular rabbit hole and had to kind of veer back. So until next time, take care and good luck out there.